Hi, love, it's Noah, and today we're renovating the Pleasant household. So obviously, always say this, removing all the details, so I have something clean, like a clean slate to work with. Especially that fence in the back. That fence in the back was genuinely so hideous. It was like surrounding the whole house. Usually, I like it when the lot borders are defined, because in America, for whatever reason, the house will just be slapped in the middle of nowhere. I don't understand why Americans do that. There's probably a good reason why they do that, but I hate that. And so it's nice that it was more defined, but looks crazy, so I had to get rid of that. When I tell you this floor plan literally took everything out of me, I had to do it like multiple times. Literally, like, gave up and I just took a massive break from doing this renovation because I just had no idea how to do the floor plan. The original floor plan that Max's had, I hated that so much. Yeah, the little corridor that they called the living room didn't make any kind of sense, so I had to make the living room a bit bigger, and I just wasn't sure how to like reconfigure things. It was really difficult, so I just had to take like a massive break and just get back to it. Upstairs though was really easy to figure out. I feel like because upstairs the main feature is the stairway and you have to make sure that's easily accessible, so you can make the floor plan around the staircase and that's pretty easy. But the downstairs, of course, you have to think about the main door, but once you think about that, especially if the main door isn't exactly slap bang in the middle, you really got to think about how you're going to utilize the space. So it was really difficult, but I think I figured it out. Not the best, not the worst, but it is a functional floor plan and the furnishing was decent, so you know what, I'm semi proud of it. I desperately wanted to keep the Tudor wallpapering because it's batshit insane. I do not understand, right, out of all the lots in Pleasant View, why just one house has Tudor wallpapering. Why is that a thing? In Veronaville, it makes sense, all of them have a consistent theme, they all kind of look like they belong in the same neighborhood. Why the Pleasants just wanted to have Tudor wallpapering? Like, I don't understand. So I had to keep that out of nerve, just the sheer nerve of Max's to do that. I was like, yeah, this has to stay. This has to be a thing that like maintains here because it's unhinged. It's literally unhinged for one house to be so different. It low-key reminds me of, in Strangetown, how all the houses literally all have different architectural designs. One of them could be modern, one of them could be like a hacienda, one of them could be castle. Like, they're all just completely like different, and that adds like the strangeness of the town because it doesn't have one consistent theme. Pleasantview is supposed to be a regular city, not regular city, like a regular town, just a regular town that people live in, and it's still batshit insane, obsessed mess with it. Also, the bricks I use are 3:2 theater bricks from this conversion set that I got. That was like it was like rabbit holes, 3:2 rabbit holes, blah blah blah. But they like set it out in like different things. And then the Tudor walls I got were from a 4:2 conversion. I think from Get Together. That's the one in Windenburg, right? The Windenburg one. Get Together, I'm pretty sure. So as always, I changed their faces. Daniel, oh my god, I need to start with Daniel first of all. Daniel, one of his parents, is it, or her grandparents, is black. So I'm like, wait, Daniel is like mixed. He isn't just a white man, he's mixed. So I he wanted him to look like a really white passing mixed race guy, because I was like looking back and I was like, yo, he has like, well, I was so intrigued by that. I was like, damn. So I always thought Jennifer, his sister, looks really like mixed race, or really like, yeah, she just looks really mixed. I was like, why does Jennifer look like this and Daniel doesn't? And then I looked in their family tree and I was like, yo, wait, they have like the same parents, so they should both look quite mixed. And yeah, Daniel just, it seemed to skip him, which is like genetically possible. That happens. Sometimes one person can look very white passing, sometimes another person can get more like features from another parent or another grandparent. But I wanted Daniel to look a bit more like a black man. So yeah, he has like a bit of a wider nose, a bit like thicker lips, you know, a bit curlier hair, but you wouldn't know that he was mixed unless he told you. You just assumed that he was a white guy with a tan, right? So really interesting. But yeah, onto his aspiration, because I did change the aspirations, which mind you, if you want to like see the aspirations and what I changed them to, you can go on my Tumblr. My Tumblr has all the changed aspirations for everyone in Pleasant View. Go into Sophie the Puffin's aspiration calculator, which it breaks each aspiration in The Sims 2 into 2 categories. So instead of just having a romance sim, you could have a hopeless romantic and a serial romantic, which is like what you think of when you think of a romance sim. So Daniel, he isn't a romance sim anymore. He's a hard worker, which is fortune aspiration, and he's also a strict parent, which is a family aspiration. I can envision him having really high standards for Angela. So he wants Angela to be in private school. He wants Angela to do this. Obviously, they don't give a fuck about Lilith. Lilith's kind of just there. But in terms of Angela, like, he cares a lot. Whereas Mary Sue, she is popularity sim, yes, but she's a public enemy. So she doesn't. I envision Mary Sue as a bit of a Karen. I feel like she gets that from Coral. Coral, she strikes me as a Karen. And Mary Sue, I feel like she will argue with the Applebee's worker. She'll be like, I paid for sauce. Where is my sauce? I deserve to have sauce. This is a free country. We live in America. Like, she's very much that kind of woman. In the drive-thru, she'll be arguing over the tannoy, but the person being like, why isn't the ice cream machine working? Don't you know that you run a business? Like, she's very much that kind of person. So she's very passive aggressive, very very chatty, very very like chatty. I also imagine like the homeowners association, which first of all, in America, the fact that there's a homeowners association is mad. You can't just like have your house, the house that you buy, you can't even like look how you want. You have to adhere to certain rules. But she would be like the person that's like, her picket fence is too tall. I don't like that. We need to do something about that. She's very much that kind of person. And her secondary aspiration is also strict parent, so she also has high expectations on Angela. I feel like low-key Angela isn't coping well with that, and that's why she's lashing out all the time. That's why she's so catty and rude and mean to people, because all the expectations her parents have on her, she doesn't know how to internalize that, and so she's just very like mean. And Lilith is like the family punching bag, so why not take it out on Lilith? Everyone's taking everything out on Lilith, so it doesn't, you know what, who cares? It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's how I envision them. Now, whereas Angela and Lilith, I also changed their aspirations, so they're both hopeless romantics and modest enjoyers. Now I hope when they go to uni, I am gonna try and like every time a sim goes to uni, I'm gonna see if I can recalculate their aspiration and see if they've like really changed during uni, because it gives you that in the Maxis like OG uni thing. It lets you change their aspirations. So fully, I want them to like fully be like 2 different people, and I want different things in life. So I'm really curious as to see like what that will be when they grow up. I know this is so sudden, but this chimney is reposited to Boogie Boo's Nooks and Niches. If you watch any speed build on this channel, you know I am obsessed with Nooks and Niches. You can get so much detail into a Nooks and Niches set, and so if I can get anything reposited to it, it's also amazing because you just recolor that one thing, that one little thing, and you have so many like different bricks, so many different woods, so many different tiles. So obsessed with it, love it. Now I know that typically chimneys, they match with the foundation bricks, so I guess kinda the chimney brick kind of looks a bit like the foundation brick and other brick used in the rest of the, you know, house, but it's not really identical. I don't give a fuck though, so it is what it is. As long as it doesn't look completely different, or as long as it makes the house look nice, I don't really care. But it looks nice. That's all that matters. Now, I replaced the pet bed with a piano. I don't think Mary Sue would want to keep an animal. I think she kind of finds them like disgusting and dirty, and she wants to keep the house like really neat and clean. Animals get like hair everywhere. Unless she get like a naked cat, but the Goths have a naked cat, so she can't have a naked cat. So no, I don't think she'd want to have a pet at all. She wouldn't want to take care of it, and she's too busy to be doing all that. Plus Daniel, you know how men are like weaponizing competence. He wouldn't want to take care of it. Angela, I don't know if she'd really care about having a pet like that. Nah. And then Lilith, I don't think Lilith gets old. So no pet, but I did replace it with a piano because what Asian parent wouldn't want their child to learn the piano? That is so Asian. So it's not a grand piano, it's like one of those little electric pianos, the little small ones. But I replaced the pet bed with that. I also put a rice cooker in the kitchen. You'll see that later. I put a rice cooker in the kitchen because once again, you know, very Asian. I wanted to make sure that there are little Asian influences within the build. So we have like the little paper panels in the bathroom and little texts in kanji around here and there. I don't know exactly where in East Asia Mary Sue is from, but I envision her to be very proud of her heritage, and she wants to make sure that her daughters are brought up, you know, knowing about their culture, eating cultural foods, that kind of thing. So It's constantly alluded to that the Pleasant family are perceived as like the perfect picturesque family. And so how else would they be perceived as the perfect picturesque family if they aren't constantly like throwing parties and like being, active in the community? So I fully imagine Mary Sue to be a bit of a socialite. She likes to throw parties, pool parties, dinner parties, invite people over. She's active in the community. She really gets out and about there. She has faces everywhere. And obviously Daniel, he works a lot. So he's always being brought to all these events that Mary Sue takes him to. She very much wants to be perceived as the perfect mother with perfect daughters and her perfect husband in their perfect suburban house. Like, that's very much the life that she's always wanted. And instead of actively going for that, she wants to just pretend she has it instead. So I went on Pinterest because I fully envisioned them obviously having loads of nice pool parties in the back. So I went on Pinterest and looked at some really nice back gardens because I feel like Mary Sue would invest a lot of money into her back garden because she's inviting loads of people there. She invests in the whole house in particular. Like, of course, the whole house is going to look spotless and perfect and nice, but especially the back garden. Like, she really wants the back garden to be nice. So went on Pinterest, saw some really beautiful back gardens, and I did this custom little thing as well with the back garden. I'm looking proud of it. It's looking really good. But yeah, same with the big grand dining table later on. Like, the dining room has loads of fancy chairs, has like plants everywhere, it has paintings, it has like console tables. Like, she really invests in the places where people will be staying at. She really wants to make sure it's perfect. So the way in Daniel Pleasant's biography it says that he feels immense guilt that his dad couldn't touch the moon, or some crazy shit about his father not being able to like go to space, and he feels horrible about that. And he's in the athletic career, but then his sister Jennifer wants to be in the athletic career, but she can't. I hate that a lot, actually. And so therefore I changed Daniel's career from being in the athletic career to the military career, because in The Sims 2, for some reason level 9 the military career is astronaut. I don't know why, but it is. I have a default replacement because in my strange town I like fully played the military career, blah blah blah, and I didn't want them to be astronauts, so I've changed the military level 9 to be brigadier. But I might take that out just so Daniel could be an astronaut. I'm not sure. I'll put it back in when I'm playing in strange town, like in my let's play series, which I still need to edit a video for that. I'm sorry, my apologies, but but I will like get back to that. But yeah, Daniel's fully in the military career. I want him to see space. I want him to realize that dream, because why the fuck not? I also want Jennifer to realize her dream of being a sports person or football or soccer or whatever the fuck she wanted to be in the athletic career. Like, I want her to see that dream through. Like, come on. I find it unfair that Jennifer can't realize her dreams for what reason, because she has a family. Okay, so does Daniel, and like that didn't stop Daniel, so why should it stop Jennifer? Like, that's unfair to me. It's so unfair to me. Why? Because of misogyny that she can't do it? No. So therefore Daniel's gonna see space and Jennifer's gonna be a footballer. That's how it's gonna be. Now, I did state this in the broke renovation. I also stated this in the dreamer renovation. But I broke up the twins of their partners. Now, Angela and Justin, that didn't make any sense to me. So that can't run. I'm sorry. Angela, if she's so concerned about looking perfect and being perfect with her parents, why the hell would she be with Justin? Justin, the neighborhood criminal. Like, Justin, whose mum is literally a smackhead. Like, I don't understand why she would be with that guy. So yeah, no, that's not happening. Whereas with Lilith, he is still kind of seeing, kind of not really seeing Dirk, not Darren. Ugh, that would be problematic. But he's kind of seeing Dirk, but Dirk's kind of like about it. I really do want to play with the teens in Pleasant View and like fully like realize them as people. So I really want to build a high school. I don't know whether to make that a speed build or not. I don't know if you would be interested because I kind of don't know what I'm doing with it. I also really want it to be realistic. I saw some guy on YouTube, I forgot his name. I'll put it in like a pinned comment or in the description or something and link to his video. But he built a school and it was so realistic. Everything about it. And it was no CC as well. No CC. The way he used everything in The Sims 2 was so creative and it just made me want to be a better builder. Like, I was so impressed by it. So yeah, I really want to build like a really realistic high school for Pleasant View. I don't know about an elementary school. I don't think I care too much about that right now. Possibly in the future, I don't know. But a high school right now is like important. So I do want to build that. But yeah, I just broke all the teens with each other. I didn't like the storylines that Maxis was making. It was it's not the vibe. It wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. Also, low-key, I made Daniel as bi, I guess. I don't know. I was playing as Don, randomly, casually, and I just had him flirt with Daniel for a bit because I just thought it would be interesting. And apparently, ACR made him bi. So I guess that's the thing that's happening. He is still seeing the maid. He is still sleeping with Kaylin, but I do want him to explore a bit. Also, Mary Sue is kind of having an emotional affair with Michael Bachelor, so neither of them are really the best. Yeah, Mary Sue, even though they haven't like outright flirted, she just spends a lot of time with Michael Bachelor, and Michael has a lot of wants to like flirt with her and just go out with Mary and just talk to her and stuff. So I think he kind of has the hots for her as well. Now, Mary Sue doesn't know that Michael is in a lot of debt. She kind of sees that he's a business owner and thinks that he's got everything going on. Plus, they're both married, so we kind of have this agreement that like, hey, if anything does happen, neither of us tells our partners. We keep it between us. So neither family, like neither spouse, is actually that decent. They're not the best husband or wife to each other, and they sleep in the same bed knowing that they have feelings for other people, and that's kind of like the thing that they do. But very, very interesting. Usually people just have Mary Sue as the victim who like, oh no, blah blah blah, but I think they tend to forget that she is very abusive and very evil. And also Daniel is letting all of that slide and not really doing much, and also kind of playing into it because it's not like he's that much nicer to Lilith either. I don't know. Very, very interesting, very complex, and I'm looking forward to playing that. Especially, I want to see if Mary Sue and Michael might, take their relationship a bit further. So I'm actually going to play the game. After I finish recording this, I'm going to play the game and I'll update you on what happens with them two. I fully headcanon Angela as a K-pop stan because the worst person you know in your life right now is a K-pop stan. Specifically an ARMY. I'm sorry, BTS. I'm sorry to anyone who loves BTS. Enjoy BTS songs. I have a couple BTS songs in my playlist right now. The worst person you know is a K-pop stan. Argue with the wall. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, K-pop stan. So she has a bunch of, the little, what do they call it, little plushies that BTS has. She has a bunch of them. They're from Jackie 1993 Sims, not 99 Sims. Jackie 93 Sims. From there, rooms all pink and girly and cute, very, very cute, very demure. Yeah, so Angela also has like multiple pairs of the same shoes in different colors. She's super spoiled. I want that to be portrayed in her room. Like you see in her room, she's typical girly girl, typical teenage girly girl who's kind of spoiled, who has everything that she wants in there. She doesn't have a laptop yet though, but I will save up for that. I think that Mary Sue and Daniel are gonna save up to get Angela her own personal computer, so she doesn't have to use a family one, because that's probably something that she's asked for. But yeah, Angela just has like everything in her room. Like everything that she would ever possibly want is going to be in her room. And Lilith just has the scraps and whatever they can like throw in there. So obviously I've just been building, as you've clearly and obviously just been seeing. I unpaused the game just to see if the chair will go into the desk, and they're beefing. They're literally fighting. Who's gonna win though? Let's see. I knew it. I knew they were gonna win. Okay. It's so fucking ridiculous. I know, and you can see that pride flag. I headcanon Lilith to be trans. He still goes by Lilith and is closeted. He just going stealth, like not trying to be caught out, blah blah blah. I think he's waiting until he has some freedom to finally like be who he is, like deep down and stuff. But I fully envision in the future he's gonna be in a punk band. He's gonna like play the guitar, play the drums. That's why I have so many like instruments in his room, because I imagine that he got a part-time job and like bought that out of his own money and stuff. So Lilith is trans. He's gonna have loads of piercings and loads of tattoos, be in a punk band in uni, and he's gonna like live his best life. And I fully like in the future I want him to change his name to Lucifer, because that would be really really fucking cool. But yeah, that's what I envision. So that storyline, I'm really intrigued to like play that out, see how that goes. In his room as well, I also made sure to keep the wallpapering the same as the rest of the house because I fully envisioned the Pleasance being like, you don't need your own type of wallpaper, like this wallpaper is fine. You can function with that. He also has like loads of boxes in his room because once again, when they were moving into the house, they had all these boxes and they just put them in the spare room, which is Lilith's room. So they just moved it all there, being like, fuck it, you know, we don't want to see this and we're never going to go in Lilith's room. So it can just be in there. So Lilith uses those boxes to like store his stuff. Also hide things because his parents are never up there. They don't give a fuck. So book, clothes, I don't know, testosterone, anything that you can hide in there, he's hiding shit in there because they never go up. And if they do go up, they're not going to look in the boxes because they don't really want anything in there. They just assume it's empty. So all the boxes are there. He doesn't really have places to store his clothes. He does have the dresser, but that's not really much for like a person to store. Like, of course, you need your underwear, your towels, your clothes, and then you got to like store it elsewhere. So his room is very much like bare minimum. There's one end. Wait, is that? No, there's like, he uses boxes as an end table. He doesn't even have a proper end table. Yeah, he doesn't really have much. It's just literally just scraps. Damn, bro. My apologies. So that marks the end of this speed build. I hope you enjoyed. Please give me a like, it pushing my video out to more people in the algorithm, blah blah blah, helps me out, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for the support, by the way. It's actually insane how much support I've been receiving. I don't know what I was expecting. I just wasn't expecting this. People really enjoy my speed builds, which makes me happy. So yeah, leave a like, comment, because loads of people have been doing that, and I'll try and reply to your comments especially. But yeah, ta-ra for now.